Welcome back to the Two Artists podcast. Today's guest is a very talented artist. We'll have him give a little introduction and overview of his work.
Hi, hello. I'm Tomiwa, artist currently in a very different place entirely. I've been making art for a while now, and I started out with comic books, then delved into concept art, portraits, and dreamy/horror themed works currently. But at its core, my art is more about how the human mind leads us through various paths along the way and what we get from it. Basically, on a path towards self-discovery.
That's awesome. That's a very philosophical, deep dive answer. I appreciate it. How have you found continuity in your work in the age of AI and with just such a oversaturated art market? I think are you from London? Do I have that understood? And how does your environment impact your art?
Okay, so I'm going to try answering the questions one by one. I am originally from Lagos, but I'm currently living in London. So, about the question, continuity, I'll say I'll find continuity in my work through intention, purpose, and and deliberation. Because, of course, a lot of people would see AI as a threat or a replacement for artists, but people seem to actually forget that at its core, art is human soul. It is what drove cavemen to paint on walls with meager resources, despite the times. And I say despite the times because it's the same way people have thought that digital art a couple of years back was going to replace old traditional art techniques. But you have to understand that as an artist, you only evolve with the tools and the times. And while it might seem that, oh yes, there's a lot of imagery being churned out by AI every single time, but true artists know that it is not about how fast you can actually churn out art, but about the intention and how deliberate your art comes across to other people.
I catch your drift. Yeah, AI, it's lifeless. AI visuals and so on. What has kept you going back to comic book art, or if you've expanded beyond that, what kind of drew you to it in the first place? Was it a nostalgia? Did you like comics growing up? And what has that experience been like for you? What have been some highlights of being able to work within that incredible area?
To be honest, I'd say it's more joy than anything. The first ever comic book I made was not professionally anyways. I've been drawing since I was 4, started with circles and stuff. And it was a way to distract myself from a lot of things going on at one point in my life. It was the simple joy of being able to delve into your imagination, draw up a superhero or draw up a simple regular person. I grew up watching Rurouni Kenshin, Godzilla, Superman, Spider-Man, the 90s version, obviously. And from those times, I was like, hey, I should be able to do something like that. And it was very, very freeing because you're simply a god in that moment. You can decide who lives or who dies. And I guess writers also feel this way whenever you're writing stories or creating plots or trying to tie up plots and all that. It's you create one character or one specific person and you see the amount of parts this simple person could take throughout their entire existence, because it's the same thing as I said earlier, that art is supposed to be about self-improvement and development, and basically that's what comic books are for me. It's self-improvement. You learn, you learn life lessons through one character you created, or someone like Superman and stuff, and it's just keep doing it as much as you can. And to be honest, I'd also tell you about the first time I ever got paid for a comic book art. It was back in 2018, and it was on Fiverr, amazingly, and it felt really good to be able to make money off my art, and I've been doing it since then.
What kind of advice would you give to the artist that is maybe feeling a little bit discouraged? And obviously for you, it's awesome that you're able to do what you love for a living and get paid for it. Like you said, that really special experience of having somebody commission you to make artwork on Fiverr, and how that was this this turning point in your life trajectory. What would you tell an artist, just getting started, or even considering starting to pursue something like what you do, being a professional artist?
The first step is always the artist. It's rough before getting that first one, but once you get that first one, you feel like you can do anything. And I'd say that mindset is literally all you need to push forward and be the best you can be. And that's it. Just keep pushing. It will come.
Thanks to our international guest for taking the time today. He didn't have to, but he took time out of his day to explore the mind together. So everyone, make sure to follow for more. If you're an artist, hit my DM or comment on this video that you'd like to be featured. And we're just gonna, the spirit of the Renaissance is two artists talking together, collaborating, putting rivalries aside and things like that, and just working together to push forward to a better tomorrow. So better art, better culture. So super grateful to everyone that we've had on thus far. Share with somebody that you think could benefit, and we're on this journey together. So stay tuned. Catch you next time.